Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. This episode, I'm gonna say, is this our first batch cocktail?
No.
No?
Not other
Well,
than
we did the Kristen's cocktails. So they kind of were pre-made where you put your own whiskey in. This is, we'll say this is probably the first one where it's totally pre-made. No?
It's got a little bit of booze in there.
Yeah.
We'll say
So it's
a hint.
booze.
It's got bourbon. So this is the Gardenista Bourbon Green Cocktail. I don't even know. It's
Ecto Cooler, dude.
It's a funky green.
I got a feeling it's gonna be like a play on a Rita, like a spicy margarita.
That's
Spicy
exactly, and that's the
Cowboy
reason,
Margarita.
and that's the reason why it's coming out today. So today's Cinco de Mayo, so it's coming out today. If you do not like tequila, you want a bourbon cocktail that kind of feels like it belongs on Cinco de Mayo. Went in the Cork Dorks to pick up the Eagle Rare Pick.
Eagle Rare Pick.
And they were giving samples of this. They do a bourbon version, they do a tequila version, they do a vodka version. It is bourbon, 3-year-old bourbon, which apparently, and they kind of even give notes for the bourbon. I don't know why, because you're never going to taste the bourbon. It's all the way down to 15% alcohol. Green herbs, unknown what those are. Lime juice, ginger, and jalapeno. The ginger is very apparent.
Very full.
Okay.
The finish is all jalapeno. It's really kind of a cool cocktail. It just
Who makes this?
Gardenista, made by hand
So I think we should shake
from
this.
the land.
I think we should put it on some
So
ice.
yeah, enjoy, ready to enjoy, shaken, and then serve it straight up over ice or as a spritz.
So you add some.
That means add some
Ginger
soda
beer?
water to it, or ginger beer, or
like
effervescence.
Yeah,
like a seltzer water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Not a Royale. That's bubbly wine.
He knows things. He drinks whiskey and knows things.
You don't have to do this, but if you do this, it won't crack your cube.
All right, measure it out.
1, 2, 3, the whole bottle.
So I want to say it's
mean-
supposed to be just, oh, shnikes. Okay, there you go, half bottle. I like it.
Fitty.
Perfect.
Look at that. It's
perfect.
50%.
If you just strained it, it's shake.
The whole opposite. You could just pour it on a cube or put it in
Pour it on
something else.
ice and then on a cube.
But no, from here we could also say, hey, maybe it needs a little bit more whiskey. And then we could put it on top.
Which we have a backup whiskey to add in here, just in case.
Alrighty.
I hear the bubbles.
There's some,
Effervescence.
yeah, there's something going on in there.
That is a funky green.
It looks like Midori. If you would tell me there was a Midori in this, I would say you're right.
Spot on.
Dude,
Oh my god.
that was awesome. It's like you're a professional.
It's like, this
That's
is
really
a little
good.
bit short, but I'll take that for
Okay.
the team.
Smells like lime jello.
That's
Sweet.
really funny.
Sweet lime.
Lime
yeah.
jello.
Chrissy's definition of, so she got the tequila one. A lime icy pop is what she
Yeah,
said.
I can see that.
She's like,
Okay.
well, it's kind of like, it's there, but it's like not real lime. Definitely the herbal, whatever green herbs at the very end. Do you get it? The jalapeno
Yeah,
I get the
Jalapeno
jalapeno
chicken
burn.
slides through
I
at
don't
the
get
end.
I don't get the jalapeno taste. I just get the burn.
Yes,
Yeah.
at the very end. A little
But-
bit of ginger note.
It's like a melted otter pop.
Yeah.
That's the sweetness. That's
Yes.
like the juice and the sweetness is that melted otter pop. Interesting.
I do think it needs a little carbonation. A little bit.
Okay,
And it needs probably a little bit more whiskey.
more whiskey. I
That would
agree
be
with
that
both
would be
those.
my suggestion.
The ginger and the jalapeno are so like blended into each other. I can't distinguish them. Like, I was waiting for that like sweet ginger, but there's not. It's not there.
Put it in your mouth and kind of like do the Kentucky chew.
I know you said like a ginger beer, but I'm thinking more like a Topo Chico or a Nicaragua, something that's a very effervescent.
Even lime.
Water.
Yeah, even lime water.
Like a, what the hell is those?
LaCroix.
Thank you. That's exactly where I was going.
I'm
Okay,
thinking more
LaCroix of that.
Topo, just in the Nicaragua because it's very. I think there's more carbonation, but it's it's really weird to say this, but like the bubbles are smaller. It's more
Nitro.
more carbonated.
nitro.
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah, the ginger. Yeah, it's so weird and cool how the ginger and the jalapeno just
Kind of
blend
play.
each other.
Yeah, they kind
just
of play.
at the
And
end.
they're there. It is, but that is the closest thing, is my opinion, that you're going to get to a spicy margarita. Pre-made.
I'd like to taste
Nothing
this
wrong with it.
versus the tequila one because I don't really get the.
I don't get any
Bourbon.
whiskey
No.
out of this. No, not at all.
But
we
don't
can add
know.
whiskey. You want to add some whiskey?
What do you think? Like, do you think it's gonna? I think it's gonna get weird, but I think let's do it anyway.
A floater. Just do a floater.
Let's do a half ounce. Cause we're just.
Go ahead.
Just put a little drop
Yeah.
on top of the cube.
Wait, so a bar spoon's an eighth of an ounce.
4 would be a half ounce. Okay. I get where you're going.
Uno. Math kids. Wow.
Whoa.
We're gonna say that's good. We gotta spin it. Yeah, we gotta definitely gotta spin it.
I figured the 2XO, it's going to have a little bit of an oaky note, but it's not like crazy proofed or anything. But it should bring it up, say, into the 60 to 70-ish proof would be my guess. Because if it's only 15% out, it's what, 30 proof?
Yeah. I don't mind the flavor profile. I just think it needs something else.
Yeah. I'm with
Probably
you there.
the effervescent.
Yeah.
Probably what it
I
needs.
think it needs some carbonation.
First thing when I saw the 15% alcohol, I was like, it's going to need more whiskey.
Better.
I don't dislike that. That's pretty solid.
It's better.
way better, but
You
Wow.
get
I added
you
whiskey
obviously
to
get
it.
the whiskey too. You get the flavor of the whiskey.
Yeah.
It's not as thin. There's a little more body to it.
But it lost a little bit of the ginger and jalapeno.
yeah.
You still get
And
a
that
little.
lime
You still get a
sweetness.
little bit of the burn.
Oh, I still get some lime.
I get lime. I get the jalapeno burn, but it's
The flavor
muted a
is
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
very muted.
off.
Interesting concept.
Maybe in the shake. Go ahead and add 2 more ounces. Put it in the
Right.
You know,
Add it pre-shake. Yeah, pre-shake.
yeah, or add
and
it to
then
the
do
glass before you.
I think
Some bubbles.
Some bubbles. But I would be very interested to try this versus the tequila one and see what the difference is because you don't really get the bourbon at all.
No. Neat or without adding whiskey, you do not get whiskey.
Green herbs.
Yeah. I don't
It
know.
just doesn't say. And on the website it didn't either. It wasn't specific.
It says product of passion born in the Colorado mountains, but is bottled in Chesapeake, Virginia.
The other mountains.
Yeah.
The Blue Ridge.
Yep.
Not the Rockies.
Yeah,
the Blue
Appalachia.
Ridge. What was the cost of this little sample?
Like $18.
So you can make 6 cocktails. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's supposed. I want to say it's supposed to make 7.
I mean, it was a little
Who comes
bit.
up with 7? I don't know. But
Six.
If you jigger it to 2 ounces, or
yeah,
probably-
maybe if you did it specifically, you would have got to 7.
If you added
Yeah.
some water, like carbonated water, yeah, you could probably stretch that.
Right.
ounce of spirit, some water, like you said, yeah, it'll be fine.
If you did 2, 1, and
I don't-
1 or 2,
Yeah, I don't dislike the flavor profile.
No.
It's just
No.
it's
it's neat.
it needs to be doctored up.
It's just neat.
It
yeah,
is very
yes.
unique for a whiskey cocktail, though. It's
Yeah.
not like jalapeno. I've never ever
Well,
seen.
it's like you said
Like-
earlier. It's basically a riff off of the Cowboy Margarita,
Yeah.
where you sub the tequila for
Yeah,
Yeah.
whiskey.
it's got that like before we totally diluted it and added the whiskey and all that. There's a little bit of that like ginger kick
Yeah.
to
I
it
love that.
too.
I love
which is nice. Whatever the green herbs are nice. The lime coming through is a little too sweet.
Thank God,
Of a lime?
Thank God it's not cilantro.
Or a sugar salt rim.
Sugar salt rim. I could see.
What I just brought over.
Yeah.
Instead, yeah, with the orange, yeah, instead of having more sweetness added to in liquid form, maybe
Add it
just
to the
have a
rim.
little bit of touch.
That
Yep.
could be interesting. It's got potential. It's
You got to
neat.
riff on it.
It's an
Or a
interesting
little
idea.
Modelo, like a Margarona.
We could do a little beer. There's your
little beer
carbonation
flow.
too.
Yeah.
You can use
Well,
that as your carbonation.
mezcal too.
That's
I
not
mean,
carbonated.
It's not carbonated, but it's.
I'm thinking like a little
spicy
like a
additive.
Margarona. where you get a little of the cerveza.
Yeah.
I think I didn't make it into a slushy form.
Well, that's what I get at the restaurant. I get the
Floated-
frozen margarita with the
float of bourbon,
little,
float of scotch on
the
top.
6-ounce bottle of Corona.
The ideas are
Yeah.
endless.
Yes.
It's actually kind of an interesting. The other reason why I was just like, oh, totally have to buy it. So not just for Cinco de Mayo, but I think that it would create ideas of I could see like messing with that. Don't need to buy theirs to recreate. I don't know what but the lime and sweetness with lime. I don't know what the herbs are, but I don't get any.
I would be
particular
curious
herb.
what the herbs are.
I don't get any particular herb to say that they're
It's still spicy.
overly apparent.
It's
Yes.
still
I mean, it's
spicy.
something.
Still getting.
It's
at the
something
end
to
of
give
it.
it the green. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah. Right.
interesting.
I like the
little
experiment
find.
that they did. And it was just kind of fun walking in on a random Thursday afternoon, and they're serving this, and we're like, okay,
Sign me up.
we're in.
All right. Well, I got like one more sip left. Again, interesting idea. Would be very interested to try
Variations.
just a little sample of a couple of them.
Yeah.
See how they, if they're using basically the same formula, just swapping out the liquor. I'd be curious what the difference is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. It's like the exact same formula because we have the tequila one downstairs. It looks exactly the same. You couldn't tell the difference unless it's other than it says bourbon on it.
This was a fun episode.
Something different.
Again, I enjoyed the flavor profile. I'm glad we did add some whiskey to it to make it a little bit more complex. I think there's some other stuff we can do to this. We've talked about different carbonated beverages. I'd love to play around with that. Beer or a topo or a LaCroix.
Next time we do this, we have one where we smash it halfway the way it's supposed to be. Then we take the other half and we each make a cocktail. Who wins?
You.
Fun.
Well, I think now we can all go out on the hunt. And can we find some other cocktails like this?
Yeah, fully pre-made.
And
Interesting.
anyone out there have a favorite?
Yeah,
Yeah,
great idea.
Because I'm sure there's a ton of them out there.
there probably is. Yeah.
Don't say Jack and Coke in a can.
No, but
No.
the
We
one
got
that. We
the
got
one I've
that.
seen is that Penelope peach.
Yeah, the peach
Old fashioned?
Yep.
I've
Me
heard
too.
wonderful things.
I don't
about
care
that.
if this is the base and you have to add your own.
Me neither.
I'm okay with
Whiskey.
that.
Me neither. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you could pick.
Pre-made cocktail, you just add your own
It's a
spirit.
pre-made mixer,
Right.
and then you
I'm
pick.
okay with that too.
You
Yeah.
read the profile, like, oh, you know what? I've got a really good whiskey. It's probably going to pair well with
I
this.
might have
Right.
a bottle that could fit into that profile.
Or
Yep.
going into a hang with, us and our wives. I got 3 different ones.
Right.
I got the tequila one, I got the vodka one, I got the bourbon one.
Yep.
Yep.
We know your audience.
You out there, send us some recommendations.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our review of the what is this? The
Gardenista.
Gardenista
Bourbon cocktail.
Bourbon Cocktail. It's a riff, I think, on a Cowboy Margarita. Again,
Yeah, for sure.
The flavor profile is good. I'm anxious to toy around with some of these the things we've kicked around
Yep.
Yeah.
on this. So, again, hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, as always, we're still trying to continue to grow this channel and love for you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
If you like content like this, subscribe. We put out new videos about twice a week of all random things. Whiskey reviews, cocktail creations, pre-mades, blind fights, whatever. Anything to do with whiskey. That's what we're putting out. If you like whiskey like we do, you'll enjoy it.
And like Eric said earlier, comment. What are other pre-made cocktails we're missing? Yeah, come on.
I'm
We'll try
sure
them all.
there's better ones. I'm sure there's some that are on par. We'd love to.
Yeah, let everyone's
Play around.
review and try. Let's give us a heads up.
Yep.
Yep.
All
Love
right.
to hear from you.
Thanks for watching.
See you on next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.